Hi everyone, today's video is going to be all about my top 10 favourite quotes. And I say 10, I think there might only be 9. Never mind. The first quote comes from Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I'm not even going to try and say the author's name because every time I do people look at me like I said it wrong. But the quote is, "We accept the love we think we deserve." To me, this quote is basically saying that if you can think higher of yourself and have more respect for yourself, then other people do the same. And I know in the context of Perks of Being a Wallflower, it's used quite tragically, in the sense of the girl is staying with someone that hits her purely because that's what she thinks she deserves. And we all probably know people that we think deserve way better if they had more faith in themselves. But this quote could also be taken in terms of, if you believe you deserve the best, then that's what you're going to try and get, that's what you're going to want to achieve. The second quote is from The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. See the point about not knowing if I'm saying authors' names right? Great. That quote is, "If you expect nothing from anybody, you will never be disappointed." And I really like this quote because I think that you should try and stand on your own 2 feet at all times and just do what's right for you. And this quote basically sums that up. It's saying, you could go to the moon and back for someone, but they might not do the same. If you just focus on yourself, then you're never going to be disappointed. The next one is from Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and that is, "Behind every exquisite thing there was something tragic." And I know everyone probably thinks that's a really, really depressing quote, but I actually love it. And I love it because I think it's a perspective that shows that tragedy is not the end. It's basically saying, yes, we do have tragedy, but you can also twist the quote around and say behind every tragic thing there's something exquisite. The next quote is from Emma by Jane Austen, and it is, "There are some people, the more you do for them, the less they will do for themselves." I think this quote is kind of self-explanatory in a way, and there's not really a lot I have to say about it. I just think it's quite a good quote to remember. There are some people that are never going to try to do anything with their lives if you hand everything to them on a plate. The next quote is from The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and it is, "Our life is defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss." Now this quote is quite inspirational but also heartbreaking at the same time, and I still haven't decided how to take it, because it could be saying, this is just the way that life is, or it could be saying you're always going to have regrets. Our life is defined by opportunities, but at the same time, if we miss something and we regret it, we could have missed something that would have been completely life-changing. And this is something you might not realise until years and years and years later. And by that point it's too late to do anything about it. But on the other hand, it's telling you to live for the moment and just take as many opportunities as you can and do things that will scare you, because in the long run, it could have worked out for the best. My next quote is actually from Harry Potter, and it is my childhood favourite quote, and that is, "I solemnly swear I'm up to no good." I grew up when Harry Potter was becoming big, so my whole childhood was reading Harry Potter, going to see the films. And for me, the quote kind of encapsulates childhood, like the mischievous behaviour of little kids, and I like that quote a lot. My next quote is from Alice in Wonderland, and it is, "I know who I was when I woke up this morning, but I think I have been changed since then." And this is going to be really rubbish, but I don't have a single reason why I like this quote. I just really like it, and that's probably really annoying to everyone, but sorry, I couldn't think of a reason why I liked it. But I put it in the video anyway. The next quote is by a book that I'm pretty sure everyone on BookTube has either read, reviewed, talked about, or bought. And that is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. And that is, "One must be careful of books and what is inside them, because words have the power to change us." And I really, really, really like this quote for a number of reasons. One, because I think it's very true. And secondly of all, because in today's culture where books are not as much of a big thing as they were maybe 30, 40 years ago, even 20 years ago. We lose sight of the fact that words do have the power to influence us, and they do have the power to make us think. And I just think that's a really important thing to remember. Another one of my favourite quotes is by Walt Whitman, and it is, "Be curious, not judgmental." And I like this quote so much, I actually have it tattooed on my back, which is incredibly annoying whenever you go clubbing and people poke you when they're drunk. What does your tattoo say? What does your tattoo say? Read it. Rant over. But I just think that's a really good quote to live by. I think if more people didn't judge, then there'd be a lot less problems in today's society. So that's one of my other all-time favourite quotes. Probably my favourite quote, actually. I also have two quotes that are just by authors. They're not actually like book quotes. And the first one is by George R.R. Martin, and that is, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. A man who does not read lives only one." And whenever I'm in a bit of a slump with reading and I can't really be bothered, that sounds really bad, but whenever there's nothing that I really want to read, I can't get into a book or pick a book, this quote just always makes me want to pick up a book. And I do think it's true, more people should read, because you can, like, just, it's pretty, yeah. I just really like that quote. And my last quote for this video is by Lemony Snicket, and it just makes me chuckle every time I hear it. And it is, "Wicked people never have time for reading. It's one of the reasons for their wickedness." And I don't know what it is about that quote, but I just find it just makes me chuckle. It's just the way that it's quite a strong message, but it's put so lightheartedly. I just really like it. And that is all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please leave a comment with your favourite book quote, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! You know, there are some people that will never ever try to strive for anything. I just hiccuped. And they shouldn't. And you shouldn't hand everything to them on a silver platter. I don't know where I'm going with this one, so I'm just going to stop. Lightheartedly? Is that a word? I'm making it a word, if it's not one. Lighthearted. Lightheartedly. The way that it's put in a light-hearted way. I should have said that. And please, please, please comment your favourite book quote down. And please